Thank you for joining the replay. It is WTF Wednesday today, and I usually have a very quippy, witty hook that I plan ahead of time, and then I forget what it is. I get a little nervous, and then I'm like, what am I going to say today? All right, well, we're going to be talking today about tax returns, amended returns, stamped returns, 2019 returns, 2020 returns. Many happy, unhappy returns. There's no point to the return, any cliche on return. So let's get going here with WTF Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, WTF Wednesday. That's not to say there were not glitches, and there are still glitches happening.
Welcome to WTF Wednesday, where every week we talk about stupid that we've encountered that you should try to avoid.
Malad wrote,
King of EIDL.
who would that be, Linda Ray?
Hey, listen, we don't really have a great setup with, high tech stuff. So I just kind of snuck that in there from last week's show. Tim Sohn, shout out.
Now more than ever. Hey,
Kristen. Hey, I'm so happy you're here.
Kristen, congratulations.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah. Scare the crap. Talking about in the background. Very funny. I know. We did like 5 seconds of another show that looks like that was us back live, but it wasn't.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How long do I have to wear this thing?
You can take it off now. Hello, everyone. Hello, Melissa. Nice to see you. And Milad, did you catch the beginning of that? Because that was my inspiration.
It's because of you, Milad, because you called me the king.
This is serious stuff.
You call me the king of EIDL.
This is really serious.
So we've determined that when we prepare for tonight's show that anytime I talk, Linda Ray is going to cut me off. So I'll have a hard time getting a word in edgewise.
Yeah. Because I have my pen and my pad.
Kristen.
And I'm going to be taking notes. I don't know
think they
of
can
what.
actually see the pad. There you go.
I don't know what we're going to be taking notes of, but I will be taking some notes. So hope everybody is doing well on this WTF Wednesday. We have, our shows are really never planned. We have some bullet points every now and again that we put up as banners. But as things progress with the EIDL loans, different things start popping up of, new requirements or different ways the different reps are managing the loan. And sometimes you get lucky with a great loan officer and sometimes you don't. And so I just thought and Melissa, thank you, because you also were an inspiration to this topic of the whole stamped returns and the IRS and everything. So Trev.
Yeah, Melissa called the IRS and they said, no, you cannot go to the office to get your return stamped. Yeah. Melissa has been hanging around me long enough to know, don't take no for an answer. Be a loan officer. Always apply. Golden rule. So Melissa went to the IRS office anyway, and the heck with that. And oh my gosh, she got them stamped.
And she got them stamped.
Who knew you could actually not take no for an answer from the IRS and actually get something done? And
then there was a post or a video, I can't remember, or both, where then people started talking about the stamped return. Actually, the loan officer wasn't accepting it. And then
that's a possibility that could happen.
So, Trev, do you want to get into a little bit of the tax return versus the transcript? And am I putting you on the spot here? Because
no.
Okay. All right. So
this part of it is as boring as all the rest of it to me. I'm a loan officer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not just loan officer. I'm the king of EIDL. So this whole stamp thing, when this first came up here on the show or whatever, I don't know where it came up. When Linda first approached me about it, I said, yeah, it's a valid strategy. Mm-hmm. It is. It's a valid strategy. Will it work? That remains to be seen. I mean, when I used to do this in the mortgage business, because my underwriter at the bank would say, listen, you want to get this deal closed? The IRS is backed up 6 weeks on transcripts. Get your borrower, your applicant, put them in your car, drive them over to the IRS office there in the Bronx, and get the tax return stamped. The underwriter who was going to approve the loan say, if you show me a stamped return from the IRS, I'll accept that as proof of validity of the tax returns, and therefore I'll clear the file for closing. Bingo. It's a quality control measure, the whole tax transcript thing. You can use it to review income, but essentially the reason SBA is asking for it is to verify that the tax returns you submit in the file are the actual tax returns that you filed, that you didn't give them fake tax returns. Because, yeah, people actually do that. So that's the whole purpose of it. So it is a valid strategy that our friend Melissa went to the IRS office and got the stamp on it. But this remains to be seen whether you will be successful when presenting this to the SBA to clear your file for your EIDL increase approval, because it really comes down to, as we've said all along, any aspect of the SBA EIDL process is about who's working on your file. This insurance broker over here will tell you the 80% rule. Mm-hmm. We had that great conversation with that fantastic loan officer who had up until recently been working in the SBA insurance review office. And he basically said to us on the phone, he's like, listen, guys, we believe me, you're preaching to the choir. We know that the 80% thing is absurd because the COVID-19 is a different type of disaster. He said, but it's a federal government program and you gotta follow the guidelines. And in the EIDL loan agreement, it says 80%. And we are already seeing all over, we're seeing comments from folks saying, my loan officer says it has to be 80%. So again, that's the same rule with the tax returns and the stamped tax returns.
Well, the thing too is with the 80%, and I don't want to hop around. We'll try not to hop around as much as possible with different topics, but insurance does come up quite a bit. And the 80% it's going to be tough for some businesses because if you have a loan that's $150,000,
and your business runs on a laptop,
yes, and
you're renting an apartment, and you're renting an apartment, and all of your belongings together are $30,000, including all of Melissa's shoes.
You're really
Melissa, all those shoes. I'm just saying, but you're going to go. How are you going to convince your insurance company to go from 30,000 of stuff you've got to 150?
Well, I mean,
because isn't your insurance broker going to say, okay, show me the artwork or the comic book collection or the jewelry?
Well, I don't think that's going to happen if you have a renter's policy. I think if you have a homeowner's policy and you have a loan,
a mortgage,
that's $500,000, because there are people out there that are getting the loan up to the max of $500,000.
That's right.
What happens when your homeowner's policy, the contents is usually a percentage of the dwelling limit. So depending on the value of your house, your contents may not be the 80%. And see, now that's a whole other thing. I don't want to get into that because that's an insurance conversation.
We're talking about tax returns.
We're talking about tax returns. But I will say this because hold on, I got my business owner hat on. Okay.
You look like a pilgrim.
Now
I want turkey.
Wait,
are there any turkeys outside?
Best hat I could find.
We get wild turkey walking through here. Is this usually 23 or 24 of them?
This is the best hat I could find.
You have it on sideways.
Oh, do I? Oh,
where's the label?
I don't know. It's a party hat. Is this? I know it does look. Anyway, this is what I wanted to say with or without a hat. Okay. This doesn't even feel right. Anyway,
there's a lot about you that doesn't feel right.
If COVID isn't the time to have figured out by now that maybe, just maybe, I'm not as organized as I should be with my financials, with my documents, with my CPA, what my CPA is doing.
Professionals that
I don't know when is a better time to know, holy cow, maybe I'm really not good at this.
We've been saying that to folks since March of last year when the first group of clients hired us. I'd be on the phone with them and hi, Dr. Patricia. I would say to folks last year, like, what are you doing for your pandemic pivot? And like, this is a really good time for you to check stuff out about how you run your business.
Yeah, this is true. So, but besides
Dr. Patricia Shaw
Oh,
who
wow. Your
used
review was...
used our EIDL videos
Thank
and
you
a
so
15-minute
much.
phone call with me to get herself funded with the EIDL program. As they say, it actually works. Our advice.
Yay, Dr. Patricia.
Our advice actually works. Who knew? Oh my gosh. Results the only thing worth talking about.
Yes.
Yes, Dr. Shaw. I learned that and
Yes.
hired a CPA in 2020 because I realized I wasn't doing a good job at all.
This is the time to take stock in, and listen, there's nothing wrong with saying there are certain aspects of your business you might not be good at. That's just a reality. Not everybody is good at a lot of things. So, but you have to own it and then delegate it and then kind of with the learning curve, figure out who you're hiring and make sure you're sort of not, micromanaging, but you want to make sure that, all right, okay. Are you kicking me under the table?
I'm kicking the table.
Okay.
I'm kind of rambling.
Blah, blah, blah.
So I want to point something out to everybody that there's an amazing interview in today's New York Times with Isabella Guzman,
Let me see if I can
administrator
share.
of the SBA, and she proves again in the interview that she is the rock star that I've been saying and predicting she would be all along, and proof that Miss Guzman, there it is, proof. Oh my gosh, it's Isabel. I just need a moment here
What? Why?
because I'm looking at Isabel.
Okay. You're weird.
Okay. I'm a finance person, there's certain aspects that kind of do that for me.
So there we go.
If there's any proof that anybody needs that she is a rock star, we got thunder happening. I said, there's a thunderstorm rolling in right over our house. I can see, wow, it looks really cool.
Anyway, can you...
If there's any proof you need, it's the Restaurant Relief Fund, because the technology that the SBA put together in 2 months for the Restaurant Relief Fund, I did 18 applications, and it was so easy. Like there were things like you needed to have the loan information about a PPP loan. If a business got one, it has to be part of the application. It was self-populating and it was correct. Like the glitches were minor. The glitches came down to simply the first couple of days when I was registering our clients, there was a thing where it wouldn't recognize the password and I had to keep resetting the password. Wow, life is complicated. Compared to EIDL, I mean, think about it. The Restaurant Relief, Kristen is here with our show tonight. Kristen, just share with you, we just got another approval about an hour and a half ago for our friend Alma in Chicago. She has a really cool kind of Mexican restaurant and been in business a lot of years. And we got her approval this afternoon for the Restaurant Relief Fund. And again, this whole process of the restaurant relief with the technology, and the SBA was very smart. They contracted out to a third-party software or technology vendor, because I forget the name of it, but it was on the website. I'm just going to say, wow. I wish that the EIDL application looked 1/10 as awesome as this does. The thing, too, with restaurant relief is when you're doing the application, you can upload your tax returns. You're required to upload tax returns. You're required to upload a profit and loss statement. You're required to upload certain information. Why doesn't the EIDL application for new EIDL COVID-19 loans look like that? That's why you get all these declinations for unverified information, because the way the EIDL application right now is essentially just a questionnaire, and you don't get to upload documents. So if there's any question, then the SBA says, okay, decline the loan and we want a tax return.
Dr. Patricia, thank you for asking your question. Our YouTube channel
under the table, by the way.
Our YouTube channel was just monetized, and supposedly within the chat, there's a way to do a super chat with a little donation gift kind of thing. So we do have, I know we do usually spend some time with the Q&A, and we already have a couple questions. I've seen your questions. Hopefully you have not left us yet. So do you have anything else you want to pontificate about, or can we get into
I want to just
Q&A?
Just because it's about tax returns today. So let me finish this.
Michael, stop it. Just stop it.
Okay. Seriously, let's talk about the tax returns, because this is the kind of the topic of the day. And to be clear, here's the deal with the tax returns. please remember when you filled out your EIDL application last year,
Yes.
and you got money last year. By the way, you got the money. That's why you're getting an EIDL or requesting an increase this year, because you got it last year. So try to remember the torture you went through waiting for that approval last year, and transmit that forward to this year, and try to give yourself a little extra level of patience with the process. You didn't have to provide a tax return last year. That's why SBA is asking you for your 2019 tax return this year to verify the information. Now, we're already seeing loans being declined because the loan reps don't understand the difference between what you put on your application last year and your tax return transcript or your tax return they're looking at. And then we've talked about it here on the show before. We've had to explain that. But those loans are getting declined. And folks at the SBA are not recognizing the fact that when you all filled out these EIDL applications in March, April, and May of last year, most of you hadn't done your tax returns yet. You know why? Because the IRS had extended it to June 17th of last year, or was it June 15th? But it was on extension, so nobody had their tax returns done. And their CPAs were busy helping those businesses do PPP loans and do EIDL applications. So nobody was filing tax returns. So many people were flying by the seat of their pants and putting in incomplete bookkeeping records for cost of goods sold. If you are declined, file a reconsideration. Better yet, you should just hire us, because it's going to drive you nuts. And if you need that money and you're anxious about getting the money, we don't control the timeline of the SBA. We're not going to make it go any faster, but we certainly will.
Also, let's just
process the documents for you.
Let's drop the bad news. I'll cut you off for a reason. Okay.
You're supposed to cut me off. We rehearsed this in the car.
We don't rehearse. We never rehearse.
I totally forgot.
Let's just drop the really bad news. If you've not filed a tax return yet, including 2019, you're going to have a difficult time getting approved.
You won't be approved.
And your timeline to turn it around will be excruciating.
I hate that word, because that just throws fuel on the anxiety fire. Well, let's say this. If you have not or only recently filed your 2019 tax return, the IRS is backed up. You know, they were affected by COVID just like you. The IRS is backed up. And so what's going to happen is the SBA needs to get your transcript. At the SBA, it's a firm rule. If the transcript comes back, no record found, automatic declination. So you'll have to file a reconsideration. So just prepare yourself for that. And please stop asking everybody on Reddit and everybody out here in the world, what happens if I filed my tax return recently, or the worst, we heard someone say amended tax return. Why are you amending your tax returns right now? Like, you're in the middle of this. It's like asking if they're going to run your credit report. You're applying for a loan. They're going to run your credit.
I need you to stop. Okay, please. Oh my God. Okay, let's not get started this early. We're only
EIDL.
18 minutes in, for God's sakes. Okay. So let's just start with MinHC 68.
Don't touch the hair. Don't touch the hair.
No. Has a question about, please submit the date of business relocation and please. Yeah. So, okay. So one thing I'll say is that when you move your business, if you already had an EIDL loan from last year and you moved, you are supposed to notify the SBA.
You were required to do that.
Period. Full stop.
30 days before the move. It's in your loan agreement.
Yes. Everyone, if you've not read your loan agreement, please read your loan agreement.
What was the thing you were saying about now's a good time?
Now's a good time for what?
You said if you haven't learned anything with COVID, now is a good time.
Now is a good time to read your loan agreement.
And, do other things about your business. By the way, MinHC 68, why are you moving your business in the middle of...
people move. People move. You just have to notify them, and they just are going to look.
I'm just telling you, that's going to be a major problem. The SBA does not pivot. Like this message you got, supporting documentation. I hope it works out for you, but what I've seen, they don't pivot like this. They can't handle change like this. Very well.
That's true. All right. So then we had a question about insurance. Okay. I have posted a ton about this. If you go to the community tab, there's 2 posts on hazard insurance, and there's at least 2 videos on hazard insurance. If you're in the trucking business, when you're not driving, where do you work? I'm guessing it might be from home. And if it is, you can get a renter's policy, or if you own a home, use your homeowner's insurance, period.
So, Destine, essentially what Linda's saying, what the SBA considers if you're filing a Schedule C, they consider you to have a home office. Doesn't matter whether you file one on your tax returns or not. That's a whole other completely separate issue. But the SBA considers you to have a home office. So therefore, but because you're sitting on your couch and you get a text message saying you got a job tomorrow, right? Driving your truck, or whatever.
You're working.
You do your tax returns at home, right? You do your bookkeeping at home, right? Or do you not, if you have an office? So your home office. So therefore, a renter's policy or a homeowner's policy.
So, Alyssa.
There was a number, because somebody had posted about insurance, something about $53,000 loan, $22,000 of insurance. Scroll up a bit.
Where? I don't see. I've been
Up
watching.
up further.
Oh,
There it is right there, Abby.
okay. I have a question. It's okay that my loan amount is 53,000 and my renter's policy. Yeah. It
Well,
should
hold
be
on, 53,000.
This is what I'm going to say. Submit.
10-6.
You can submit that.
40,
They're
30.
going to refer it to legal anyway, and
Well,
then they'll tell you.
If you're going strictly by the loan agreement, then your insurance should be 39,000.
But if you wanted to submit it and
which
then
is
see
80% of 53,000.
and see if legal will accept it. If
Math
not,
is fun.
you can go
Hashtag
back.
math.
Stop. Don't do this. Okay. All right. So anyway, if not, then you can go back and get a quote from your agent to increase your property coverage. It's going to be a nominal increase. It's going to be a nominal increase on the property for renter's insurance. So, but you'll want to maybe just test that out to get more, just to get a quote on the increased coverage amount, just to be prepared, if that won't take you that much time. So Alyssa, let me see. Alyssa had about your what if you didn't do your taxes yet? So are you talking 2020
or 2019?
Or 2019.
Please, folks, if you're asking questions, try to be very specific, because we want to give you the time, but it's difficult to answer questions that are vague.
Yeah, and we don't.
And by the way, just my telling you that is really good training for how you deal with the SBA.
Yeah.
You see right there? That's when you're vague, you're not going to be successful with the SBA. You have to be specific. I saw a fantastic Facebook post yesterday with a woman who shared with the group on the Facebook her experiences from soup to nuts with her EIDL increase, the targeted advance, supplemental. She put all the dates in. She put in the contacts with the loan officer, her actions. They requested this document on this date, and on that date I submitted it. And it was like this beautiful chronological layout, and she got funded for everything.
Yeah. So Alyssa,
it's a process. If you are specific and you follow the guidelines, you will be successful.
Alyssa, this is my banner to answer your question that if you did not file your 2019 taxes yet, we just talked about this moments ago, you're going to have a difficult time. Oh my gosh, I'm really sorry. Wow. I'm really sorry.
Alyssa was so sorry.
So sorry, Alyssa. All right.
My heavens, that's terrible.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yes, you did. Well, Alyssa, just be clear. We're not judging you about this. Just understand that as you go through the EIDL process, that first of all, when the SBA sends a request for transcripts to the IRS rather, and if it comes back no record found, which it will because you haven't filed, or you may have recently filed and it doesn't show up, that is a reason for automatically declining the loan. The SBA's loan officers, doesn't matter how good a loan officer you have, their hands are tied. Now, we've seen a couple of cases where some smart loan officers have said, hey, give me your 2018 tax return. Now, part of the reason why some of those loans, not all, but some of those loan officers are asking for 2018 is because if you look at your 4506 that you sign, it asks for tax returns for 2019 and 2018. So essentially, if you get a request for a 2018 tax return, the loan officer is probably trying to do a workaround on the fact that your 2019 is not showing up, right? So they're trying to say, listen, I've got a 2018 tax transcript from the IRS. 2019 shows no record found. I don't want to decline this loan. Hey, fire off your 2018 tax return to me so I can approve your loan. So, Alyssa, I don't know if that helps, but folks, that should be a valid strategy for you to try.
And nice to see you. So I think you're talking about that your loan payments are deferred. Yes.
They're automatically deferred to 2022, Ann.
Yeah. Yep. So you don't have to worry about that now. So let's worry about some other things.
You should
that we're
have
working on.
You should have received notification on that, but if you go to the SBA website, if I'm pretty sure, but I know that Isabella Guzman announced that all EIDL payments are deferred to 2022. First payments. You still are accruing interest.
Yeah.
And you can still make payments at any time.
So Alyssa wants to know about if she can get the grant.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
They have to, the processing, the underwriting is the same way. They have to verify the taxes.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I would, Elisa, don't say that you don't have any chance of getting a loan because of credit. That's not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
That's not true.
Not true.
We had a client, we got him approved on a reconsideration for 526. Is he here tonight?
Ricardo?
He's usually here bouncing around in the background.
Yeah, no, Ricardo's not here yet today.
So, the SBA, as per the congressional mandate in the second stimulus, SBA was instructed by Congress to use other methods to approve an EIDL loan in the absence of a sufficient credit score.
Yeah.
So follow golden rule, Trevor's golden rule, Alyssa.
Always apply. We have a video in our Advancing with Financing playlist. It's how to write a credit explanation letter. If you want to check that out, that's a few minutes long, talking about people who had been stressing for months because of the credit score. And the second legislation that was passed had amended language in the legislation to have the loan officers review the borrower's ability to repay the loan, to take off the table the past history of that led to a credit score of what it is today. So don't give up. Stop. Don't make fun of me when you're going on and on and on.
I am the king of the EIDL.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm wearing my pizza t-shirt tonight.
So one of the things
Pizza.
So one of the things that we have been seeing with people being a little frantic is with the increase when you applied last year. Trevor spoke about this probably 15 minutes ago about
15 minutes.
Yeah,
I got kicked
that the process was different because COVID came in, everything was crazy, and people didn't have their 2019 tax returns done because it was March 18th, right?
You were not, you're still not required on a new IDL application to submit a tax return.
Yeah. So now, they're asking for 2019 because last year they didn't have it. And they're asking for 2020 because as we roll past almost sort of kind of the deadline for 2020. And then because of 2019 and 2020.
We did roll past it. It was a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it was February 17th.
May 17th.
May 17th, sorry. And now that with 2019 and 2020, now the 2018 is coming up. So it's very convoluted. But as we had said, if there is a way for you to start addressing getting those filed.
I have way too much EIDL and tax return stuff
Carol?
floating around in my brain. I really want this COVID thing to be over so I can get back to reading The Lord of the Rings. Just saying.
All right. So
Kobina, hey.
Let's see. I filed amended tax return a month ago, and I was
Kobina, just as a reminder, because your reconsideration is in process, if you get a call from an SBA loan officer, what are you going to tell them, Kobina? We have an authorized representative. It's Aurora Consulting.
Milan.
Do not speak to SBA agents.
Yes.
It happened again, Kobina. It happened again just yesterday.
Yes.
We got an email from one of our clients that she said, well, the SBA loan officer sounded like he was being helpful. And I'm shocked that he declined my loan afterwards. So
yes. All right. So let's go back to Chan 3232. I filed an amended tax return a month ago. I was wondering what I should do to get my visa.
Okay, so first of all, unless there's some serious reason why you want the SBA to use the amended return,
you have to wait.
They're probably just going to get the transcript come back on the 2019 return that was filed already.
Yeah, that's
and
the
they're
other
going to base their decision off of that.
Yeah. I think that's okay. And let me just put a.
By the way, folks, let me I just need to do a little loan officer,
reality check.
Well, more like I'm going to be arrogant here for a minute. Okay.
Oh boy.
Listen, folks, if you're filing amended tax returns while you're in the middle of an EIDL loan increase request, you know what it looks like, right? You know what it looks like. So
well, okay, hold
cut
on.
it out. Stop filing amended returns so you can get more money, okay? If you're filing an amended return because you forgot to disclose full income to the IRS, why don't you wait until after you get your EIDL increase? I mean, this whole thing, this amended return thing is coming up every day, and it's making me nuts. I'm telling you, as a 30-year veteran loan officer, when an underwriter in banks that I worked at saw behavior like that in the middle of an application, you know what happened to the loan? Declined.
Yeah.
I would have to climb mountains to try to argue and overcome that kind of objection.
All right. I'm going to put on
yourself up for a failure if you are filing amended tax returns while you're in the middle of an EIDL increase.
I'm going to put on my business owner hat. I'm going to put on my business owner hat for all of you because of what happens sometimes with this right now. As just to give you all the benefit of the doubt,
I'm going to put my king back on.
If you're going to file,
I'm the king of EIDL.
If you're filing an amended return. If you're filing an amended return because you figured out your CPA is a knucklehead, we understand that. However, you got to slow the roll. You got to cool your jets, and you need to get through this EIDL process without hiccups of changes like this. It's too jarring to the SBA.
I want to know.
Read my banner because they don't even know how to read.
Who's the moron on Reddit that told the whole world to go out there and file amended tax returns? Because I'm pretty sure that's where it started. Because I'm just telling you, my alarm bells are going off because I'm now seeing this multiple times a day. People asking the question, I just filed an amended tax return. It looks like what it is. It looks like in the lending industry, we call it fraud. Okay? So cut it out, folks.
Yeah.
And stop listening to those people on Reddit.
That's just an ongoing disdain that you have with Reddit.
So, lady, we don't know how long it takes the SBA to get a transcript. I will tell you that the service that we use, we don't get transcripts here at Aurora Consulting, but the credit company that we use to run our client credit reports does transcripts. And every time I log in, it has a notification. And right now, the IRS is running to get a transcript for a mortgage, which is the same type of website we use. 7 to 8 days. And it's been like that forever, by the way, through the whole COVID pandemic. So I don't know this whole SBA thing where they take a long time to make transcripts. I don't know how that works, but.
Abby, why are you fighting this? If you have it and you can't.
Well, no, they're not going to decline you, Abby. What they're going to say is you need more coverage. If you submit insurance, that
maybe I'm not understanding the question.
First of all, when you submit the insurance, Abby, it has to have property coverage.
Yes.
Okay. It's required. Read your loan agreement. It's in there. Secondly, the loan agreement requires 80% of the loan amount. But if your insurance has property coverage but does not have 80%, send it in anyway.
I said that earlier, and you were like, you did the math thing that you do.
I love doing
math. I said, if you have a policy, send in what you have right now. It's going to take a while for them to review it because they send it to legal anyway. We have it in writing with various communications that some of them are not looking at the amount of coverage. Watch our video from last week. Last week we did a video.
It's changing recently. We're seeing more and more agents asking for 80%.
Yeah, but send
They're not going to decline you. They're just going to say this insurance is insufficient.
Yes.
And now go out and get the correct insurance. That's all they're going to do.
So first of all, I think if I didn't put this up yet, Stuart, hello.
Hello, Stuart. We love that photo you got there of a barn in the snow.
I love snow. All right. If we're applying for our first EIDL loan in 2021, our EIDL loan is going to be.
Yes, Thomas. Yes. Because the COVID-19 pandemic, as per the EIDL application, the COVID-19 pandemic began on February 1st, 2020. That's the EIDL application. We all know that's not when it officially happened, but so they are going to go off of your 2019 tax return. John Dunn, SBA told me.
You wait.
And I just need to watch. Yep.
Wait. Just wait. Hang tight. Hang tight.
As our friend and client Zoe has learned, when you have the urge to check in on your portal or to call the SBA for a status, don't do it. Don't do it.
Step away from the keyboard. Step away from the phone.
Get a really good novel, get a really good novel out of your library.
I wish I tracked how many questions between comments, texts, emails, and phone calls on requests for the when question. When do you think I'm going to get this? When do you think that's going to happen? When do you think I'm going to get the call? When am I going to? We don't know. Nobody knows. They don't even know. Please just deep breath.
Remember, you got the money last year. Try to remember what that was, what you went through last year, the process.
And you know what? Please,
and remember,
how about this?
This year they're looking at documents. There were no document reviews last year. So they are looking at documents this year, and the process is taking longer.
And this is what I'm going to say. While you're waiting, instead of, I'm going to put on my little queen, okay? While you're waiting, instead of commiserating with everyone who's complaining, take a hard look at the things in your business you don't like to do and might be leaning towards being a little sloppy about, and work on that. Please, I'm begging you. Your business will go beyond and thrive and prosper if you get a hold of
all this energy that you're wasting.
Yes, you're wasting.
Oops, calling the SBA.
Focus on the things that where you falter in your business.
To put together some really good basic functional operations and systems for your business is boring as all get out. But now's a good time to do it.
Imran, hello.
Hi, Imran.
Hello. No, I would. I would say just wait for them to ask for it. Otherwise, they're. I don't know. Would they even look at it? I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
You don't know where to submit it.
Yeah. So don't even waste your energy on that. So let's see. We have an Uber driver declined for target. Okay. Yeah.
We don't really talk about.
We don't talk about that, and it could be that they don't.
We can't answer that. Sorry, Imran.
Yeah. You're welcome, Lady Simpson.
It's just, Imran, the reason we can't answer that is because we've only done a few of those for our clients. We have not had much success.
Yeah.
We're going to do reconsiderations for those, but it's a whole boondoggle, mostly caused by the SBA's lack of competence on the program.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I did have a banner for this. This is what I'm talking about right now.
You knew you did this in advance.
I did.
You prepared like this in advance, and I ate oatmeal.
I always prepare to have some banners at the ready, and then you kind of hijack with some of your rants that you go on.
Can we see some more questions?
Okay, so here's there's no more questions that I can hold on. Let me just check. Let's see. Hello, Mario Martinez. What do you
Yes,
do?
Mario, fantastic. That's good news.
Yes.
Mario, here's things. That this is either really fantastic news for you, or it's a dangerous area. So let me tell you the two areas that explain this for you. First of all, it might be really good news because if you've got a really good loan officer, and for some reason your tax transcript request from the IRS came back as no record found for your 2019 return, then maybe, hopefully, your loan officer is doing a workaround, like I mentioned just a moment ago, where she's asking you for a 2018 tax return because on the 4506, it's asking for the 19 and 18 transcripts. So maybe she's got a 2018 transcript in front of her and she's saying, I can approve this loan if I get his 2018 tax return. So that might be why she's at, and I hope that's the reason. Here's the other reason we're seeing, which is not good news at all. We are seeing multiple situations where SBA loan officers are overreaching and asking for 2018 tax returns because they've been recently reassigned to the EIDL increase program, but they're underwriting your request like a traditional SBA loan. So be careful on that. Ask the loan officer why she needs it, but I would say get it in there.
Melissa, I just did a 30-second video today on the question about incorrect, why it might be coming up incorrect.
What's coming up incorrect?
She's saying, do you know why my status would say incorrect in all the boxes except for voided check? Sometimes they don't.
Oh, well, we don't know what that is.
But sometimes they can't open
I've
the
uploaded
PDF.
documents there. It says incorrect 10 minutes later or 3 days later. I call the SBA and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about, Trevor. I'm looking at it. I can see the documents.
All right, Chase Rice, IRS still hasn't.
But by the way, there may be a reason for that, and it has to do with the PDFs that you folks are all using. We use Adobe Acrobat on a laptop, desktop computer, okay? If you're doing this on your smartphone and you're using some wackadoodle PDF application, I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? You sending a transcript of something, a PDF of something to your great Aunt Tilly in Omaha about I don't know, an invitation to a party, or you're trying to get money from the SBA? You know what? If you're trying to get money from the SBA, use a proper and professional quality software application. Use Adobe. Do not use anything else. Don't use Microsoft PDF Maker. Don't use Apple's PDF Maker. Do not use Google Docs or any of these other concoct, crazy, stupid PDFs. Use Adobe. Submit your and reduce the size of the file.
Yes.
And don't send in, 400 pages. Send it in reasonable sizes. That might be the reason why you're getting incorrect.
I just did today. I posted it today at noon. It's 30 seconds. It's the very last video we just published. It's called Incorrect Doesn't Mean It's Wrong. 30 seconds, and read the description of instructing you on what to consider when you are submitting documents in the PDF version. I mean, we went on rants for months about even submitting instead of JPEGs, submitting PDFs, and now people are submitting PDFs, but sometimes they may not be compatible. The federal government isn't always technically advanced.
Well, it's not just them. I mean, folks submit PDFs to us that we can't open on our computer systems because they're using crazy PDF applications. So, one last note, I'll say this about incorrect status for documents. It could very well be a glitch on the SBA side, because I've been trying to upload documents this afternoon through email, and the email keeps bouncing back.
All right, but Chase, let's just, for a half a minute, I don't know when you submitted your 2019. If you did it recently, then that's unfortunately the casualty of having to wait and the peril of having to wait longer, depending on the timing of when you originally filed it. You have to wait. I'm sorry. Some of these things all right. So I don't know if I know I kind of sort of did this rant already, but oh gosh, I'm going to lose my train of thought. Okay. Oh, right. So owning a business, I think COVID, between the SBA EIDL process and being a business owner, if you never had to apply for financing before, this is a new world for a lot of people. And unfortunately, this is the reality. If you had to go through financing with a bank because you wanted to expand your business, or you needed a business line of credit, or you were acquiring another business, you understand how it goes with financing. But with the SBA and the EIDL, this is the world of financing, and they don't just give the money out because you have something going on and you need so much of money, to run your business. They are legit underwriting these loans.
Okay, so let's answer some questions.
Okay.
Let's, whoa, slow down.
Well, I didn't even touch anything.
All right, so Thomas Pham right here. So Thomas, a couple of things. Slow down. Tom.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Slow that down.
Slow it down.
You say here you filed your brand new EIDL application for the first time on May 11th, which is 15 days ago.
I think we already put this one up.
Okay. Okay. And now you're saying that they've assigned a loan officer. Just wait. You have to wait like everyone else.
Oh, I know.
These processes don't go fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Brendan and Ella, I'm one of the weird ones. You're not weird.
Yeah.
Because if you're a sole proprietor, the loan officer will take you.
From the phone. Good.
You're not required to put it in writing. All right. What else we got for questions?
What do I do if the
my tax return? I don't know.
If the IRS,
we don't understand that question.
Did you mean they have not?
Could you be more specific, please, with that question? Folks, if you want to ask us questions, we're happy to answer, but please be very specific. Yeah. Because we can't answer vague questions.
The SBA status says transfer, or can I upload the Well,
give it a shot.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose.
You can try. They may come back where this is the other scenario we're seeing is that people have it, they submit it, and the loan officer will say, I got to get it right from the IRS. So,
how can you?
Greg, yes.
Hello, Greg.
There is a link in the video description to book a 15-minute free call. We do not work with anybody unless we first have a call to assess your situation. We don't work with everybody. It really depends on everyone's situation.
There's many times that I'm on the phone, Greg, with somebody. It's a 15-minute free call. We do strive to give free expert advice. I think Melissa and Dr. Shaw can attest to that you can use on your own. But folks often ask us, I just want to hire you. They send us emails. And we're like, don't really work that way. We want to assess your situation if you want to hire us, because we want to know that we have a reasonable chance of success for you.
Yeah.
You know, for instance, there was somebody that we had to tell one down gently and say, he said, you know, I know my phone call is set with you next week. I don't want to wait. I just want to hire you. You know, how much is it? What do I do? I got to do. And in the same email, he said, I haven't filed my tax returns for the last 2 years. And we said, sorry, we're not going to be able to assist you.
We're good, but we're not that good.
We can't take the money for somebody who's not going to have at least a reasonable chance of success.
Yes. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you very, very much. So, all right. Well, no more questions.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Here's one. Self-esteem elevated. First of all,
whoa, self-esteem elevated. Yes, we love it.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, what happened?
My finger.
Stop with the finger. Are there delays with the IRS with amended? Yes, there are delays.
Yes.
Folks, stop filing amended tax returns. I don't know who started this nonsense with filing amended returns.
Yeah. Not good. This is a loan officer guy talking. Unverifiable information may not be what you think it is. We did a video on that as well. It's in the playlist.
Essentially, unverifiable information, Greg, could be any number of things. SBA has a kind of basic modus. You're welcome, self-esteem. Greg, the SBA has a basic modus operandi where if they run into something on an application, it could be something as simple as your street address doesn't match up with your tax return, or with a search they do on the web. It could be something really simple, the EIN. I mean, you know, people make mistakes on these applications. They don't call you up and say, hey, Greg, can I ask a question? Like, I noticed there's a slight discrepancy. They don't do that.
No.
Decline. You know why? Because they're dealing with millions of applications. They've got to get them off their desk.
So
Isabel Guzman in the New York Times interview today said, we are striving to do our best to serve all 30 million small business owners in the United States. 30 million of you are looking for assistance. Please keep that in mind, folks, because there's only several thousand people at the SBA. Okay.
Let me validate something. We aren't defending the SBA. We're not associated with them. We are not in love with them. We respect some of the frontline reps who are working very hard and who have been very helpful in our endeavor to help our clients. But for the most part, it is woefully underfunded, the most underfunded yet vital agency in America and the economy with the small business. And yet,
well, in the New York Times article today is an interesting statement by the reporter who wrote the article, who said the budget for the SBA equals the budget of the Pentagon for one day.
Yeah.
One day of the Pentagon's budget is the entire annual budget for the Small Business Administration.
So now, see, this is why self-esteem elevated. Thank you. Thank you.
That's specific.
This is very specific, and this is what I want to say for those who have been live with us. And why is the internet symbol coming up? I hope we're not being interrupted here, because this is going to be the most important thing I say.
Well, can I just answer self-esteem so I can
But this is when I was wearing the business owner hat.
Let me just give an answer. If your amended return was done in January, chances are pretty good, self-esteem, that's going to show up in the IRS system on a transcript request. So that's good. Yeah. But just make sure that the transcript request, by the way, says 1040X.
Yeah.
Specific is terrific.
Mario, this is a problem.
I'll let you answer that one.
This is a problem. I'm not even going to talk about it, because
you're going to be declined.
You're going to be declined. You have okay.
Linda apologized to one of our clients the other day in email, and she basically said, listen, I got to apologize for Trevor. He's blunt, he's Scottish, and he's a loan officer. And sometimes he just says, and so Mario, I'm sorry, I'm going to be blunt. You didn't file a tax return for 2018 for whatever the reason. I mean, maybe your business didn't exist. If the 2019 return is not showing up in the transfer request, you're going to be declined. If, on the other hand, your 2019 return was filed in a timely manner, meaning last year, and the transfer request comes back to the SBA, then you're in good shape. Okay, so what I would do if I were you is explain to the loan officer the reason why you don't have a 2018 tax return. Many people don't have a 2018 return because they were not in business in 2018.
Hey, G Booster. We don't really talk about grants. I know it's really great to get.
Well, no,
grant.
I can answer this.
Oh, you can. This happens every single time.
No, you didn't.
We don't answer
You're not
about
reading
grants.
the entire question.
Yeah.
G Busta, I don't know, he or she filed for your EIDL, your first one this year. There are no grants for anybody that filed this year. G Busta. Period. None.
No. Yeah. I mean,
no grants.
The grants,
and we love you too.
Original grants.
2 exclamation points. There are no grants. You had the only people who are qualifying for grants are people who applied last year who were supposed to get $10,000 within 3 days of applying. If you're applying now, there is no grant.
So, Greg Mackin, I see a bunch of your comments. You know, one of the things I'll say with when we do these live shows with the Q&A.
Well, this is an idiot loan officer. This is an idiot loan officer that's giving you this, Greg. I have turned over. With those conversations I've had when our clients actually let me speak to the SBA and they don't try to do it on their own. I have turned over that objection that the SBA loan officer had 4, 5, or 6 times, maybe 7 or 8 times already in the last couple of weeks. It's because as the conversation, it's one of our previous shows, we mentioned, I'm on the phone with an SBA loan rep a couple of weeks ago, and a very nice man, and he says exactly that. He said there's a discrepancy, substantial discrepancy, he said, between the revenues on the tax transcript and what's on the application. In that case, Greg, I filled out the application last year. We're the authorized preparer. Our names are on the application. That was client number 3 or 4 that hired us in March or April of last year. And the loan officer said, there's a substantial discrepancy, Trevor, in the application that you filled out. I said, you're right, sir, there is. And he was shocked that I would actually agree with him. I said, there is a substantial discrepancy. I said, the reason there's a discrepancy between the tax return and the application is because the SBA EIDL application has a different 12-month time period than a tax return.
We just did this on
the application starts February 1st of 2019 through January 31st of 2020. A tax return is January 1st, 2019 through December 31st. It's a whole different 12-month period. And I said to this loan officer, this client in particular had his act together. He's got a great CPA who's very responsive. And when I asked them for gross revenue for the period ending, 12-month period ending January 31st, 2020, cost of goods sold for the 12-month period ending January 31st, I got that information. And when I compared it to the tax returns, it was different. But your application, sir, I said to the loan officer, asks for that. He said, I did not know that, Trevor. I've never done a loan application here at the SBA. I'm an economist. I read feasibility studies. They only put me on this desk 3 days ago. They never told me that the EIDL application looks different than a tax return. Many times it'll look the same because I filled out more than 100 of these applications, and the client doesn't have that kind of bookkeeping. And so I use exactly information from the tax return, 2019 tax return. But Greg, that's the reason for the discrepancy. And the loan officer is an idiot. They should have asked you, you know, why. And given you a chance to explain.
Lady Simpson has another question.
No, don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time. And hey, Angela, it's a waiting game.
Oh, hi.
Okay.
Angela's here.
Michael from Writer's Sanctuary. Oh my God, you know.
Look, I'm blushing.
I know you are.
I'm blushing.
Okay, so.
Hi, Nadir. We are quite well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Lady Simpson, no, just don't drive yourself nuts.
No.
You're calling the IRS is not going to move a federal agency the size of the IRS along any faster.
They pulled my transcript, but still send me the.
Whether you are cool or not with it, Angela, it's a federal government program. You're not allowed to be cool with it.
Yeah. I mean, you're allowed to be not cool with it.
But that stays inside your own head.
But
if you want the money.
There's no negotiation.
There's no negotiating.
There's no negotiating.
If you want the money, you have to put in the information. You know, Angela, that's like people when I was a mortgage banker, they'd say, Trevor, why do you have to run my credit report?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I work for the bank and you want to borrow $500,000. I have to run your credit report.
We've done, I mean, for some of you, if you watch all our videos, if you watch our live show, there are bits and pieces in all our videos of the things that we talk about, because these are the issues that keep coming up. And we know not everyone has time to watch our videos, but some of this stuff may sound repetitive for the loyal viewers. So,
okay, so hang on a second. Mario, yes, you should be good. Your 2019 return, you file. But if they're asking for a 2018 return, you need to give them a good reason why you don't have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And put it in writing and sign it and date it.
Yeah.
Make it an affidavit. Don't just call the loan officer and say, oh, this is the reason why. This is a federal government program. You got to dot your I's and cross your T's. I want to go back to Greg Mackin. We appreciate that you reached out by phone. But folks, if you want to reach out to us for our free 15-minute consultation, or you want to hire us as your consultant, you have to book an appointment through our website. It is physically impossible for us to get on the phone with folks because we're processing, and the way the SBA is, you know, an email shows up right now asking for documents. I have to
I just put the link in the comments so that you can.
So we can't physically actually answer the phone. It sucks, but
do you know
can't.
How long is it? No. A month is
a blink of an eye.
Don't
in
even
the universe.
Have you guys ever applied for life insurance or bought a house and had to go through the mortgage process? Months.
Well, not for a mortgage, but
sometimes.
Not with me. It wasn't 30 days cleared to close.
This house that we bought, we put an offer in August 14th, and
that's because I wasn't the loan
1st.
officer. We had a moron from a bank who we won't mention, Wells Fargo. Oops, did I say that out loud?
Yeah. So what is this? Will they deny you because of noting 2017? Have we seen 20?
I'm sorry, Michael. Could you retype that question? I really don't understand it.
Yeah.
Folks, again, if we want to answer your questions, but you've got to be specific and slow down on the typing so we can actually understand your question.
Just joy. The title is hilarious. Oh, you mean?
Thank you, self-motivated.
Yeah. So that would be. You mean this title? Wait. Oh, I can't do it. I don't know. I don't know how to work my own StreamYard here.
So next week's show.
Yeah, 3 months for the more. Yeah, there's. You have a federal government, you have underwriters, you have business owners not familiar with the financing process.
Well, you have an SBA that's overwhelmed.
And SBA,
millions of SBA applications.
There's not even a month is nothing. It's
a blink.
It's a blink in the eye. So, what is?
I'm actually Scottish, Stuart. I'm only part Irish.
Oh, Stuart. All right. So, okay, Lee, let's try. Maybe you guys already answered this. Yeah. Electronically filed your corporate taxes.
We don't know. Can't answer that, Lee.
No.
Sorry.
Let's see. Will they deny you? Did we already answer this? Did I already see this?
Well, Michael, Michael kindly retyped the question so we can understand. So thanks for that, Michael.
Okay.
So, Michael, the EIDL COVID-19 application goes off of a 2019 tax return, not 2018, not 2017. We're seeing some instances where some smart loan officers are asking for a 2018 return because they don't see the transcript yet for a 2019. They're trying to get the loan approved, and they've got the 2018. But as far as 2017, I don't know. If you have a loan officer who's asking you for a 2017 tax return, and they've got your 2019, you need to push back on that. Sounds like that loan officer is underwriting the loan like it's a traditional SBA loan. That's
the other thing. So I'm just going to chime in, not being a loan officer, but as the regular business person persona here, that is where I also just did a 60-second video. I don't know when, I think it was Friday, where SBA has different loans. They have a 7A and a 504, right?
Yeah, correct.
So those loans are when you want to buy real estate or buy a business or whatever, and
get a line of credit,
get a loan on your business. And the bank, you go to your local bank, and the bank is going to reach out to the SBA to be kind of responsible for part of that loan that they issue to you. And some of these SBA agents, I think they get confused with their tasks when it comes to this.
Well,
So-
what's happening is I want to answer Lady Simpson's question right here. One in a second. What's happening is they're reallocating resources, people, to assist with the overwhelming number of EIDL increase requests and the reconsiderations. And what we've seen is a couple of instances where they've got loan officers who are credit analysts, proper real loan officers, but they're not properly trained in the EIDL program. And so they're coming over to help out with the EIDL, but they're treating it like a regular SBA loan. So, Michael, if they're asking for a 17 tax return, that might be what it is. I would say to them, why do you need it? If they have a 19 return, that's all they need.
Yeah.
Lady Simpson, no, we don't really, we don't work with not-for-profits just because I don't really understand how they work.
Yeah.
We tried it. We had 2 clients and it didn't go well. So we apologize, but no, we can't work with those.
Yeah, that's John, you and a lot of other people. Yep. Nice to see you, Michael. Thank you so much for stopping by. I always appreciate you.
Good night, Michael. All right, let's do a lightning round, just 1 or 2 or 3 more questions, folks, before we say good evening.
Yes, I can't believe it's been an hour already. You're welcome.
Thank you, Lady Simpson. Thanks for joining us. And folks, just know that what we do here is we've done this, the videos, but we have been handing out expert free advice since March of last year as a resource to help folks, because I knew from my mortgage career that there's going to be a lot of misinformation out there in the world. And so we're happy to give this free advice. You can book a free 15-minute consultation with us. Linda has put the link in the comments and it's down below in the description, or visit our website, auroraconsulting.biz. Book a 15-minute appointment. And gotta say, please don't ask us to call early. Our calendar fills up pretty quickly and we only have limited time for the appointments. If your appointment is a week from now or 2 weeks from now, that's when it is. We can't really accommodate calling people earlier because it doesn't work out well for us. And the timelines don't work that way. Also, we are consultants. The EIDL program, the SBA allows you to hire a consultant for a flat fee.
Yeah.
No commissions,
No
percentages, no guarantees. The consultant, the broker.
You're welcome, Angela.
Thank you, Angela. Oh, Angela's back. Your consultant, your broker cannot tell you that you're pre-qualified for an EIDL loan. They cannot tell you they guarantee an approval. They cannot tell you they know somebody at the SBA. They don't know anybody at the SBA. They cannot tell you that they will charge you a commission on the amount of money they get you. They are allowed to charge a flat fee as per SBA Form 159D. Please look in our playlist. We've done a video about it.
Yes.
Okay. Captalis, you are Captain. Oh, it's Captain. It's Captain. It's the Captain.
Captain.
It's Captain. Captain called you a hottie.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? All right. So I think
Can we bring Angela back on just real quick? Because Captain said you were a hottie. Just saying.
Did we already answer Dwayne?
No. Hi, Dwayne. Cool.
Yeah.
Logo picture there, Dwayne. Got originally EIDL loan May last year. Signed request increase. Yeah, Dwayne, there's millions of you waiting, and
you just got to hang
tight. Remember how long this took last year, and last year you didn't have to file a tax return. You just filled out a questionnaire.
Oh, we don't do PPP. Yeah.
PPP is done, folks.
It's done.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's done. It is finished. The Congress is not, Isabella Guzman testified in front of Congress today, and I find it hard to believe that Congress is going to put more money into the PPP program, which is disgraceful because they really let down the small business owners like you.
Hi to the kiddies. Awesome.
What was that last one before Captain?
Which one?
John Hammerland.
Yes, thank you.
John, thank you for tuning in. And
Appreciate
again, folks, hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on the replay.
Yes.
And the notifications bell, because we want
you to if you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And I'll tell you, you can
write a review about our videos on
if
our
you
Google
have gotten
page.
any info or intel that has helped you in some way, shape, or form, even if it's peace of mind, we do appreciate a review. The link is in the description. And not because we just want to hear that you think we're great, but it's because other business owners will then find us, because Google is funny like that. They like to jiggle the algorithm, and it will help other people get free information. And there you go. I think I moved up. Destine, why we already went through this for you with the how can I get hazard insurance for a truck driver? Already, that was like an hour ago. We already answered that question.
Well, Destine might be driving a truck.
No, but we answered. That was like one of the first questions we answered. Lee, not even gonna get into that. Let's let people get their loans first. Let's see.
One thing, folks, that you'll find about us here, we don't speculate.
Yeah.
We do not speculate. We give you facts based upon real world, real-time experiences that we as consultants see on a daily basis. We have been interacting directly with the SBA and the EIDL process since March of last year, March 23rd of last year. And the information we share with you is based on that, and also other information sharing based on 30 years as an insurance broker, 30 years as a mortgage banker. We do not speculate.
Yeah.
We know other folks do it. I keep being told not to throw them under the bus, so I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. It's just, there are people out there that have their finger on the pulse of various breaking news type of intel, and that's awesome. We actually, our service, our product, if you will, our service is to give you information that helps move your loan along so that you can
and manage
get the
your
money.
Expectations. Lady Simpson, this is a really good question I have for you, Lady Simpson. Who told your friend to file the amended tax return?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to know that.
Yeah.
By the way, if it was somebody at the SBA, they're an idiot.
Yeah.
So, not okay. Let me take that back. They may have been trying to be helpful. The problem we've seen, Linda and I talked about this before. The SBA's communication skills are horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
They have
the
government
worst
speak
messaging, and they speak a language. When they do speak, first of all, they don't really speak, but when they do, then the messaging. So if your friend was told by an SBA representative to file an amended tax return, I hope the representative said, but please keep in mind, if you file an amended tax return right now, we will be unable to approve your EIDL application until sometime pretty far in the future when the IRS can verify by a tax transcript request that amended return has been filed with the IRS. Yeah. And we talked earlier in our show about folks going to the IRS office and getting stamped returns. It can work.
Yeah.
We have a client right now. He got his reconsideration done on his own last year, and he used the stamped tax return method. I used to use it as a mortgage banker, but it really comes down to who's working on your file and if they will accept it or not.
Yeah. Yes, you can. You will be able to watch this on the replay. This will be in the live tab of our video list. When you go to our channel, there's going to have uploads, live, and posts. You're going to go to live, and this will be...
Sadly, there is no playlist for pizza. I'm wearing my pizza shirt.
But we do thank you for tuning in. And
yeah, so unless we have any more questions, I think we're going to say fare thee well, Gunga Din. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thanks for tuning in. Next week's show, tell them what they've won, Linda. What's the title of next week's show? Next week's show is... The Roadmap to Reconsideration. Bum, 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 bum. Many of you are going to get declined for the EIDL increase. Yeah. Don't do it yourself. But if you want to, we're going to outline the Roadmap to Reconsideration results next Wednesday's show. So the other thing, too, is if you get declined, do not fret. Yes, the timing sucks and the delay sucks. Don't take no for an answer. But don't take no for an answer. You just have to file a reconsideration, and you're going to have to work a little bit more to justify and substantiate the economic injury compared to your revenues. And that's, again, where we will leave the show with saying this. Stop focusing on when will this happen? And if this happens, what will then happen? Stop it. Stay
please
patient with the process.
work on what aspects of your business are you really feeling like maybe this isn't the best thing for me to focus my time on because I'm not really good at it, i.e. organizing your financials or having a bookkeeper or firing your bookkeeper. Please start looking at where your business.
Oh man, you took this middle?
Yes. All right. So anyway,
Thanks for joining us, folks. I'm Trevor.
yes. And yes, we do. Lady Simpson, go to go in the description. There's a link. In every video, there are the same links. How to prepare your projections, your planning and your revenue projections, how to book a 15-minute phone call, how to get a sample board resolution letter, how to
make
bunch
pizza.
of other things.
How to make pizza.
So yes, but anyway, good luck with that. It's there for you. Go grab it.
We'll see you next week, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great evening.